What? No.
Okay, here's my Aquarium 300 marine tank. I'll start from the top. I use 2 hydrolytes. They're the 52s, controlled with a director. There's 27 kilos of Marco rock in there. As you can see, the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm getting quite a lot of what I believe is cyano in my tank. This was cleaned yesterday. The lights were turned off all day yesterday, and this morning before the lights come on, everything was relatively clear. But just after a few hours of the lights being on, everything is everything's starting to come up all purpley brown again. I don't think it's a problem with movement, as I use a RW15 and a high door, which I believe is a 5000, and the cyano is not turned on at the moment. It just creates too much flow. But if you look at my zoas there, you can see they are covered. It's also coming down here in with my Cheeto. It's all in there. My pump's turned off, as I am about to use my Chemiclean. Now, it does seem very straightforward on how to use it. Okay, so I have mixed all the Chemiclean in. Now, it says to use one spoon for every 10 gallons of water. I'm assuming that's American gallons. The tank's about 325 litres, including the sump, which is 84 US gallons. So I've done 9 scoops, so it'll cover either way, imperial or American ways. You have to keep it very aerated and lower your skimmer, because it's going to be liable to overflow. As you can see, if you look there, it's horrible. Need to get rid of it as soon as it's gone. I've moved my I've moved my Cheeto back, and I've put a there we go. Need to keep it very aerated, so I'll be keeping that in there. I'm just gonna have to figure out the way to keep it like that, but it will be. Now, disperse evenly. I can live with bad noise for a couple of days if it means cleaning everything out. It's not food. So, you just leave it like that. 2 days. I've been advised to maybe leave it for an extra day, a 3rd day. So, I'm going to see how everything goes, see how quickly it goes, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so it's 4 days since I've used the Chemiclean treatment. As you can see, all the cyano bacteria that I had before, everything's gone. I have washed the power heads and as much as I could, really, just to ensure nothing was getting back into the system. I left the treatment in for 3 days as opposed to the 2 which it says on the pack. I get some advice from somebody at one of my local fish shops, and I do trust what they say. He's had it before, he's done that, and he says that's probably the best way of dealing with it. Don't see any side effects from leaving it in that extra day, but it's worked wonders. Everything's gone. I had the lights turned off for the first 2 days on there, but I don't think that just made it recede, because everything turned a grey brown. So all the bacteria, all the stringy stuff looked like it was dying rather than just receding. It did come across that way. So I'm hoping that that's everything resolved with this. I've started turning the lights back on. I had 2 days of no lights. On the 3rd day, when the Chemiclean was still in the system, I I turned the lights back on. I only had them on 3% whites and 5% blues. I didn't have anything else on. I'm pretty sure my original settings have really helped get the bacteria or whatever it was high in my system, because I got from AI some settings and they put it on 75% whites, which as far as after doing a bit more research, nobody has it that high. Interfish at Dewsbury have Hydro 52s over some of their coral bays, and they only have it at 25% in a shop in a coral bay. So I definitely didn't need it anywhere near 75%. So I probably caused a little bit by having it that high. Some more advice I've got regarding this is to repeat the treatment in about 2 weeks, as I don't have many corals in that I'm really at risk at the moment. It's definitely something I'm just going to do just to keep an eye on it and hopefully make sure it's got back, because the last thing anybody wants to look at when you're looking at your aquarium is all that brown or purple crap all over your tank. So I'm really pleased with how well it's worked. My lights are going to be going on very gradually. They were on, as I say, 5% yesterday on on the fourth day after the treatment. That's when I did my 20% water change and put the carbon back into the system. I'm going to leave them at 5% again today, 5% white and 10% blues, and then I'll start maybe increasing it a little bit, maybe 7 and 13, and putting a bit of green back on some of the UV and things like that. But I'm just going to take it very slowly, get things back as it was. If you have any questions about the product or where to get it from, if you send me a message, or even better, comment and subscribe below, I'll be very grateful. But thank you for watching the video. That's everything. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it useful.